And we are live.
We're live.
Welcome, boys and girls.
Hello there.
Hello there. I've updated the website to say hello there when you land on it, or at least it rotates around phrases that we have been known to say, mostly from you, because you always say the most hilarious things, like "run the server." But when you go to command, maybe I can even show it real quick because I need to start a screen share anyway.
I did make some stuff for our swag, and I think they were really good.
I know you've got some. You know, we should do this community, and I said you can take the reins on that, but you can take the reins because I've already got enough on my plate regarding this show anyway.
Okay, I will do that. Let me grab my headphones so the voice is
community
better.
Is the way, boy. Community is the way. Everyone get on Kabarza's ass about starting a Discord community for us. But this is our website. Hopefully, every time we refresh, hello there. Every time, well, not every time we refresh, but it will try and it will just randomize. Basically, there is one more. There we go. Run the server. There it is. But if you have any more phrases that you hear us say, then totally let us know, and we should have it on.
Yeah, soon.
On the
I will tell you about that. Let me connect. For some reason, hello there, Tobias. I'm saying hi to people joining on our Instagram.
We're back in the house.
Hello, Amin. Hello, Hamid.
Coffee. So you should be hyped up on coffee too.
Coffee. I have some coffee.
I was going to say you should be hyped up on coffee soon then, because I'm pretty hyped.
So you drink a lot of coffee?
I have one in the morning, and I tend to try and not to in the afternoon.
Okay.
This is a rare occasion where I have one in the afternoon because I'm not a psycho.
Do you also, just like me, add creatine to your coffee?
No, because I'm not trying to get swole.
So I just put a scoop of creatine in my coffee. No matter how many cups of coffee I have, I just add some creatine.
For what reason?
It's good for your brain. It's good for like building muscles.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. There has been
I've noticed no change. I've noticed no. In you, let's be clear. In you, you've not improved. I'm still on V1.
You still haven't seen. It still says run the server.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I need to restart to update.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it! I can't connect this. Okay.
Turn off. Well, I've got all my fans going, so let me just shut these off a little bit. So as I say, I can't show you. Maybe I can show you. Maybe I can choose a new camera.
Okay. Now I'm connected. Focused. Now I'm finally focused.
Edit mic settings. I can only edit mic settings. So I can't change.
Contrary to popular belief,
I'm
gonna attempt something unbelievable. Actually, let me share my screen. Share screen. Share.
There we go. This is what I was going to show you. So that's this is my setup right now, boys and girls. Right?
Oh, that's cool.
This computer has been running local AI trying to edit our videos for over 24 hours.
That's insane.
Over 24 hours. I don't know if it's caught in like a loop.
Is it taking like screenshots, and is it like trying to? Is it like? Can you see the?
No, I don't know whether it. I don't know where it is actually, but it's editing a video.
Model?
It's Qwen 3.8 27B.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I know I'm repeating myself, but that computer is running an AI model locally trying to edit a video.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So confirmed.
Yeah.
Video editors out of job. You're going to buy MacBooks instead.
Stay tuned. This is really hard to. Stay tuned for my video, basically.
Oh my god, this is insane. We need the other camera.
Anyway, this is my current setup. That's what I wanted to show you. That was my current setup.
That's cool. So, and I see N8N. I saw N8N.
Yeah, that's my local instance of N8N that I've got. I've got a remote instance and a local instance. So this does my more things it needs to interact. So I've got a Claude bridge. Actually, I think I went through it last week. I've got a Claude bridge so that I'm just running a node server. This is the deterministic flow, and then it calls a Claude bridge that runs Claude-P on my machine. So if I need to use Claude, that's the way I'll do it, rather than do API usage, which, by the way, real quick, I'm slowly getting to the bottom of why Grokbot is so people are hyped about it.
Yeah, I've seen good videos about it.
It's on the cloud automatically. Like everything you run is on the cloud. So you could just set something off or set something to recur, and it would just run no matter whether your computer is on or off. Technically, you can do this with all of the other things, like again, if you have N8N or whatever, but really it comes down to how easy is this to do for normies. So it's a lot of normies who are getting, well, not just normies, but the normies are getting excited about it because it's just something you can just have working for you. I've got all these set up anyway using Claude and this and that. Aside from that, Grok is just becoming a good model. So not only are you getting all that good stuff, they're also seeing an improvement of Grok just in general. So that's all I'd say. But I can't be bothered to make a video on it or do any real experimentation on it, unfortunately.
Yeah, for now, I think I'm going to give it a try as well. I've heard good things about it. For example, that it's you don't chat with it as much. You just tell it to do something and it does it, and you don't like go through all the hoops of I'm thinking about this, and you see like it just does it for you.
It's more of a worker,
yeah. So contrary to popular belief, I can actually do npm run dev, and I want to show you something. This is what I showed last week. I've been working on, and it's coming together.
Look at that flower.
Yeah, it's coming together really beautifully, I would say. So if you notice, like on the load, I know that I see the issues. I'll take care of those, but my focus has been on this, and I'm creating like this sort of like transition between the flower and the show reel, which will be a video. And yeah, I think that is working well. Do you notice something funky about the nav, about the links?
I'll be honest, it's hard to see.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they're always there is interesting, and it's like the composition of them is interesting.
Do you see now?
Yeah, something red flickering.
Yeah, so I added this.
That's cool.
Like transition animation, and I fell in love with it. It's so I don't know. I find it so fresh and so.
How do you describe that? How do you describe that?
Well, it is scrambled text. So sure. If I tell you, I have spent probably 40 hours on this in my past life, before AI, and also while AI was not so good, I have a lot of experience like in playing with this and describing it in different ways. So I made these. Where can I find my components?
That's what she said.
No, it's not here. I don't want to open this in Stacki, because
I was going to ask, what are you building it in?
So I use Stacki because I forget, for example, where is something, right? And it's beautiful to navigate through, for example, my components. I try to use the visual editor and it's been a bit buggy. So I don't know. It hasn't worked well for me, but editing my content visually has been nice. I've been doing this actually.
Old
The
school.
copywriting here is not complete, but I've been working on it. So like as an actual human pressing the keyboards and typing words and not just telling AI to change the copy. Anyway, so I have this page, example components, and here I'm doing experimentations. And now you are going to see how I'm thinking about design experimentations and explorations. So these are, it's very laggy probably because Stacki is eating my, it is very laggy.
I did
so
see
let's
some
just
comment about that.
Yeah, the Stacki is an Electron app, and you can tell that, Timothy, we love you, but I mean, you're not saying that you are an expert in creating Mac apps. So this is, it would be probably same or worse if I would make it, but yeah, it's really bad for performance, but it doesn't matter. We are just viewing this stuff. So this is how I'm doing multiple like versions of something. And for the buttons, because you asked, I made many versions. Some versions are explicitly described to the AI by your truly. So I just stand here and I'm like talking for 5 minutes, like telling it how I want it to be. And then there are some that I'm telling you, the AI, you know what, take my design tokens and do something fun with them. And it creates mostly not very good stuff. It's like these are AI taking the lead, and these are humans taking the lead.
Okay.
So
They're hard to see, but
yeah,
what do you see?
just
What do
take
you
my
see?
words for it. Yeah.
What's your verdict?
The one that AI does, sometimes something good comes out. For example, the flicker was it came from AI. That like random flick. The effect did come from me, the scramble, but the fact that it just flickers on its own without me hovering or interacting with it, that came from AI, and I kept it. I was like, that's cool. I'm gonna keep it. Maybe I won't have it everywhere, but yeah. So when you describe something like this, in some cases you want to make sure it uses, for example, monospace fonts, or when it swaps the letters, it needs to make sure that they don't push around other elements. So, for example, for something like this, these are things, just as an example, that I tell the AI to pay attention to. Anyway, so this has been the site that I'm building.
Nice.
So you get to see it live, and it's
Building
not
public,
just
baby.
that section. Yeah. I'm trying with a few. Like, this is not what I wanted to be, but yeah, working on some here, like some WebGL sliders.
Cool. That's nice. That's nice.
Like if you look at the image, yeah, you see it's not too much, but it has a depth to it, and you notice there is something about it. So we have this footer, and even the effects, they work here. And yeah. So
cool.
for example, for an animation like this footer, I'm being very explicit about, okay, what do I want to stagger when? And for example, with a footer like this, it's in reverse order. So it's the things at the bottom first. And yeah, whatever. Because you asked, what are you up to? And this is what I was up to. And now I don't know how to stop the server. How do I stop the server? I know. Control C.
Well, I was going to say, I've recorded yesterday an hour-long tutorial, an hour-long masterclass on using the terminal for people like yourself. So hopefully, and I can tell you Control C is on there. that'll be a very good one to learn, because that's often an emergency stop shortcut that you need. So I've recorded it, I've roughly edited it, and then I need to do a fine tune edit. It might get pushed back because it's not one of those videos that's pertinent, it's not going to be needed to go out, so it might get pushed back till a week after next, but we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned for that. My question was going to be, believe it or not, right, this podcast started out you and me getting together and just talking about business, right? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
So true. And this is no reflection on your website whatsoever, but it might be useful for the people at home. Who are you targeting? Who is your market that you're targeting with your agency?
The website is quite artsy.
This is no reflection on the website, and I
know
it's
the copy isn't finished.
Like it's just because I've been thinking about this too. This has nothing to do with your website. It's just the fact that you showed us your website.
So the copy for the hero section, at least, is pretty much final, I would say. So we are trying to sell scalable websites. So when we say scalable, this is like, it's very easy to use an AI to build you a landing page, but once you want to actually have a business and scale it and all the content and SEO and so on, you need to have people who know what they are talking about. So who we are selling to is mostly businesses and startups. That's been always our clients, and in addition to them, it's kind of like a bit different, but we also work with a lot of agencies. And that's why also the website is very artistic in many ways, but also it has like elements of a businessy website. So we are adding those as well. So we are adding a mega nav or like drop down with industries that we work with, like from B2B to startups, etc. Also the solutions that we have and so on. So we are thinking about that as well. And we're trying to market to people who want a scalable, proper website.
And if you were to open up LinkedIn or you were to run a Google Ads campaign, what are some hashtags or what are some targets? What are some key indicators that
ideally startups that have already went through some that they have already raised money, maybe Series A, maybe Series B.
Series A, I suppose you've got seed funding, but technically Series B would be. I don't know how it works, by the way. I don't know.
It depends, but like
I think seed is friends and family. And then Series A is actual investor funding.
Yeah. So like it doesn't matter what they call it, What matters is that they should have some money to invest in their website. So we are not trying to target people with ideas, but without money. I don't want to say this in a negative way, but we all come across people like this. But then we have businesses. That would be actually amazing. Like businesses who are already profitable. They have, I would say, 20 plus or 50 plus employees. And they want a good marketing website, either for their products or for their service. A good marketing website, something scalable, something that they can rely on, something that they can use for Google Ads, something that they can use for SEO. So they build their own pages. Their either internal marketing team does it or we do it for them. But nonetheless, it's based on the premise that you can expand on the website in a reliable way.
Taking it from something they might have thrown together in the early stage of their business and take it into something that people start to expect more, and the website needs to start working for them as opposed to just being a shop window. Would you go any deeper? Would you entertain the idea of being very specific to say, like, I don't know, who was your last client that you can talk about? as an example?
The last one that I can talk about is not very like a common one, but I would talk about, I can talk about one of my clients that I've shown many times.
Okay, who's your ideal client? Yeah, go on. Yeah, that's good.
Like I've shown this project
exercise.
often. Yeah, I've shown this project many times. They sell sand and.
Oh yes, okay,
yeah.
perfect. You wouldn't dream of going any more niche and saying for construction materials as an example. You wouldn't.
Not necessarily, but this is where it comes. Like, yeah, we are planning a huge SEO campaign because like I'm thinking about like making content for all of these verticals. When I say making content, I mean like SEO pages. So we will target this specific industry, like not as specific as construction, but even more specific than construction, and all this like subsets of it, and then use maybe this project as like a case study as well, and just try to hit those keywords. So I do want to go very niche, but all the niches, kind of, not all of them, the ones that we think would fit us.
Yeah.
So that's how I would do it, not from the landing page. The landing page is a kind of like a statement thing that we are talking about.
And there's something to be said, and I'll wait for someone to actually do it really, really cool and really well, is to have basically an infinitely dynamic website which just tailors the content based on which industry vertical lands on them through over which means, like an organic, dynamically changing website. That would be mental.
But like, how do you define what industry is landing on your website?
Through ads. It would be through an advert. So if someone just lands on it, they get the base advert. But if they come through a specific ad that targets construction, they get a construction.
There was a really famous website. I unfortunately don't remember their fluky, and I don't know. They had a funky name. It was an app similar to Notion in a way. A Notion, Airtable, like all of these apps. It was an all-in-one app, and they had a button on their website. You would press it and it would reload the homepage, and every time show you a different version of the homepage. And they had, I think they had 4 versions or maybe 6, and in each version they were trying to talk to a specific person. So for example, imagine like Notion is an app for so many people, right? Notion is extremely versatile. They were way more versatile. Like you could do some sort of, I guess, like vibe coding or like mini app creation inside of their app. Anyway, so they had this idea to talk to different clients in different copywriting, different images. So the website in structure was always the same, but the copy was extremely different. And they had like a Joker card. They had one that they were trashing themselves. They were like saying, never tested on a mobile phone ever. And they were like writing like a short paragraph about how they have always tested it on desktop and they have never gotten a chance to test it on mobile at all. And then they were talking about how it's trying to be every app, but all the other apps are better than them. It was really good, engaging copy. And I'm saying this and I'm getting really sad about that. There's so much copy on the web that I don't want to read anymore. I know it sounds very geeky, but I have enjoyed reading copy on the web. Do you know the company Apple? You know Apple, but do you know what are dbrand?
Oh, of course I know dbrand. Yes.
Degenerates.
Oh yeah, they're really. I don't know how to take it. I find it a little bit tiring. A little bit tiring.
I don't know. Like on their comments on Instagram, they would like they would swear at your mom. Like they would make fun of your mom. Like they are very unhinged. But yeah. Anyway, they have extremely good copywriting, or they used to have. I don't know if they still have it, but oh man, it's very. It might not be like everybody's taste, but they had the skin ones, the like real leather one. Let me Google it. Deep brand leather skin. So made with real dead cows. It's a bit so it might not be everybody's taste, but like their copywriters are very, I don't know, I would say bold. Creative. 100 okay. Bold. Yeah, bold is good, but 100% authentic. Cows died for this. No textured stamping, no chemical treatment. This is the real deal. Bonfire cow dye, 100% authentic, full grain, vegetable, tanned leather, available, whatever. So I remember they had even better copy, and I used to come here and just check out their new products and read it. And another company that's been really good, we will talk about them, Apple has been always amazing with copy. How did we get here? I think we were talking about how copy is being like a lot of people are writing similar like copy that looks good in the first glance, but it's just not. You read a little bit and you notice it's trash.
It's empty.
It's empty. It's AI. Words. It's buzzwords. There is one thing to use buzzwords. There is another thing to actually be creative, and I think like Apple, more often than not, they are creative with it. The thinnest iPhone ever with the power of Pro inside. I don't know, like that in so many places there. Yeah.
Well, I mean, saying all that, like, you know, going back to your website, I mean, my only worry or my only feedback is that, like, so we all struggle with this. I think everyone struggles with the niching. We know it's, you know, the riches are in the niches, they call it in America, but like, it's a difficult one because I've started to see a big, it's been a big help by niching. So I'm niching in building software and automations for block management, right? You don't need to know what that is, but what it's done is I've been lining up meeting after meeting with people over the last few weeks in block management, some, you know, on the outskirts and whatever. But it means that I can say at the end of that meeting, who should I speak to? Who do you recommend speaking to? And I can only tell you from a vibe standpoint is it feels like I'm digging. I'm getting deeper. I'm getting deeper in the trenches of block management and knowing who's who. And I'm able to like say, oh, do you know this person? Do you know that person? Talk about the intricacies of their business, which is really rewarding for me to feel like I'm getting somewhere. I'm seeing sort of progress. Whereas I know you speak to a lot of people, and I wonder if, like, if you were to ask for like references or whatever, that they will refer you on to, let's take construction as an example. They'll refer you on to another construction agency, but then it sort of feels like you're sidestepping, and then you might go a little bit deeper, but then you're sidestepping at the cost of, you know, you'll get your destination, but you'll do it because you're being sent slightly different places. And there
is also a fun into taking new ones, right?
There is, but what I think, and to explain a little bit about the movements we've made recently on the editing of this show, is we've opted to edit where we think the hard hitters are. This is called Command AI. We were supposed to talk about AI, but Webflow seems to be the thing that's really getting us lots of views, lots of interest. I'm going to play that card, because it means we get closer to the people who will tune into us and then start to enjoy us, whatever we talk about, hopefully, and we can all create a community around everything web related, really. So it's almost like the suggestion is like potentially focusing on one thing to help you get to a point where you can afford to be more broad and creative because you've established yourself, because at the end of the day you need cash. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, it would be my suggestion or thought experiment to think about how you might, if you were to focus on a niche, what that might look like, and giving yourself a bit of time, because again, I know you like to speak to people, just digging into that niche and seeing how that feels, how far you get. And the last thing I'll say is nothing to do with any sort of advice or suggestions. Obviously, I record all of my meetings and I get Claude to like slate me after each of the meetings. And one of them was someone asked me like, oh, do you build other apps? And I was like, to be honest, yeah, we build other apps or whatever. And Claude called me up on that. It's like someone asked you and you fell at the first hurdle and all this. If someone asked you, just say your entire focus is on block management and that's what you love doing, and just play the game. It's trying to get me to really, I think I'm too buddy with people. Like it slated me today for suggesting the client go and find a free solution before building the software. Now, I don't know whether I feel 100% okay about that, because at the end of the day, if I'm helpful, I feel like that has a longevity to it than just being like, yeah, we'll build your tool even though you don't need it. But it's an interesting experiment just to really get a third perspective on the call on where I fucked up. So there was that.
That's a good one. Actually, you are using Whisperflow as well, right?
Yes, but that had no. I mean, I know they've got the note taker if that's where you're going with it.
Yeah. Just like what I started. I think I should have started this earlier. For some reason, I haven't. But yeah, I think that's a good call. I'm going to give Claude more of my meetings and also get that perspective in as well.
Because I use Claude. If I'm talking about anything personal with Claude, I open an incognito browser, not for any privacy reasons. I don't, mind talking about that. It's purely that I want its memory to be solely focused on my business. And I've had long journaling conversations with Claude about my goals, what I want to achieve, and whatever, just to kind of set the context. It even knows my financial goals. And it brings that context into these conversations. So it knows the package that I'm trying to offer these people. It knows that I'm trying to target block management. It knows that I'm trying to build apps and whatever. So it can tell me when I undermine myself or I go, I don't.
Yeah.
What happens quite a lot, and I don't know why I do this, but they'll say something and I won't dig into it. They'll present an opportunity and I just move past it for some reason. And it's said that to me a couple of times. So I need to work on that. Truthfully, I need to work on that. But I'm too quick to build rapport and build a relationship. But you've got to earn money. You've got to play the game, and you've just got to do what you need to do. And if that means being a bit sly, let's say sly.
What is sly?
Sly, sneaky.
Okay.
Slightly dishonest, and I'm not telling anyone to be dishonest, but just if it means that you have to just play a little bit of the game to eventually get to where you want to be, then that's all part of it. It's not in my nature to do so. Don't get me wrong. I've just been very transparent about the fact that I'm too honest on my calls, but I do. That's what I'm getting from Claude being my third, my devil on my shoulder. But there's a lot of information. Point is, I would challenge you to be maybe a little bit more specific on who you're targeting. even if it means just biting your tongue for a year or two to get to a good spot of consistent work in one industry, to then start branching out.
That's a good point. Maybe I should think about a lot to just go with the already clients that I have and build on top of those relationships. And
yes. So someone asked me, how did I land on block management? Because it's quite a unique thing. And I'm like, well, to be honest, I just looked back at all of my friends, the people I've worked with and whatever. And I just flicked a coin at the end of the day and thought, let's go with that. Let's go with that. And I do like it. Yeah. And you do start to become a bit nerdy about it. I remember working for a men's clothing store, and I used to buy all the clothes because we would get it cheap. I look back at those clothes now and think, was I like brainwashed? Like I was genuinely interested in it because I worked for that clothing store. Yeah. But it's the same with us. We get nerdy about stuff. Oh, construction off. Sad.
And you get
sad.
You get more interested, and this is like for the audience, one takeaway: get good at something, and then you will see that you will be interested in it, because at the start you are trash at anything you try, and it's so easy to not like it because you're bad at it. But once you get good at it, this is where you start to, as you said, like you become nerdy about it, you become interested in it because you're good at it. You see people talking about so many random boring stuff, like boring to us, but maybe they are good at it and they are into it. Anyway, so speaking of like getting good at something, I want to talk to you about a new phrase that I want to make a few short videos about it. Okay. You're ready for it?
Okay. It's not balls to the wall, is it?
No.
Whole video series of balls to the wall.
Yeah,
that should be in our a bottle of water and balls to the wall should be in
that should be there. And the phrase is meat proxy.
Oh, I've heard this.
Yeah. Yes. It's so just good. So meat proxy
information without reading it or understand it. It's just the AI told me.
Exactly. So you ask them a question, they relay the question that you ask to the AI, they get an answer from the AI, they give it back to you. They don't read your question or understand it. They don't do it with the AI either. They are, in this case, being a meat proxy. They are just a medium, a vehicle to transmit that information between an AI agent and whatever else.
It's the modern day, let me Google that for you.
Yes.
That's what it is.
And you know, you gotta love the internet. You know why? Because somebody made a website and it's even an NPX package that you can add as well. So don't be a latency generator. This is just so good. I love it. I love it. So don't be a meat proxy. And a meat proxy, who's a meat proxy between, you know, an AI agent and somebody and the middle meat that doesn't understand anything. And unfortunately, this has been happening to me where I'm on this side and somebody does a meat proxy thing to me. I ask them to do something or to do a research and they get something from AI to me, and I'm like, have you validated this? Do you understand this? Like, no. That's like, so how do you know if you are a meat proxy? Well, there's a test. So here's the test. The meat scan. I've pasted an AI answer I didn't read all the way through. Have you done this?
I've pasted an answer I didn't read all the way through. Yeah. Do it every week. It's called Command AI.
Okay, true. Next one. It's just 6 of them. Let's go through them.
I've done that once. Yeah.
I asked the AI exactly what I asked for. Yeah. I've said, looks good to me to a diff I never opened.
I've not done that. I've not done that.
Yeah. Okay. I put my name on summaries I didn't write.
No. Well, I mean,
somebody did this in
summaries?
court.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
summary. So like, yeah, somebody wrote not a summary, a report in court, and they brought it to court, and it got opened in court, and they were like asked, the lawyer, the opposing lawyer, noticed and asked if they have used AI, and they were under oath. So the guy was like, yeah, I have used AI. And they brought up the chat. They made them to open the chat in court, and they noticed the guy asked the AI to give the result the way that he wants it. Does that make sense? So it's basically like, create me a document that proves my viewpoint. So basically, a 33-page without reading it and basically giving it to the court. So
God damn it.
Yeah. So
I mean, I've never done that.
Summaries. When the AI is down, so is my output.
I mean, come on, 2026.
Yeah. I've defended a point I couldn't explain 2 minutes later.
No, I had to kind of process
that's ridiculous. Yeah.
Significant meat detective. Still significant.
Yeah, but you're not like a full-on proxy meat. But yeah, moral of the story: please don't be a meat proxy. And I'm saying this in a very serious, like, I'm seeing this a lot. Not just the example that I said. I've been seeing this a lot, and it goes into a deeper conversation. I don't want to go too deep, but just around things like also copywriting. If a website or its copy looks AI, like it's written by AI, I don't read it. I exit. You know why? Because it kind of tells me that the person who put it out there also didn't read it, or they didn't write it, they didn't read it, they just put it out there. I'm not gonna read it. So anyway, don't be a meat proxy.
Maintain critical thinking.
Yes, please. By the way, you can refer a meat proxy, just like let me Google this for you. You can actually refer this. So I can say Sam here, the name of the the person, proxy. And for example, replying confidently to the wrong question. If you do this, I can make a referral, and I can add you to the bunch and copy this and send it to you.
Oh, good.
So
how do I? What is that though? What is it that I receive?
So they receive this. Sam, you've been referred. Official notice from a concerned coworker. Reports are emotionally binding, not legally binding.
Yeah.
Official case file. Replying confidently to the wrong question. Diagnosed.
That's funny.
Just don't be I love it. I love the internet. I love how the internet has this
People
culture.
are so funny, aren't they?
Yeah. The culture is just so good. Anyway,
sometimes in the dumbest ways. Well, this might be a new record for
who's Jason?
Waffling on before the shows even starts.
Yeah. What is local host?
Mate, you're learning something.
Yeah, well, start a dev server, Fable 5 on Macs. Okay, so we gotta get going. We gotta get going.
Yes, we gotta get going. What's on this week?
Oh yeah,
let the viewers know.
Isn't it a bit late for that?
Well, they want to know whether they're going to stick around, you know?
So this week, we have Apple introducing a bunch of new hardware, like really exciting ones, not for the reasons you might think about. We'll get into that. And you can now also lease from Apple instead of buying. And actually, you can buy whatever you lease at the end of the lease, which is also really good. We'll go through this. OpenAI has a new chip, or they are designing a new chip. We have a new GLM model. Ollama now can run Claude desktop. I have no idea, Sam. You need to show us that. And also we have some cool news about Relume, our friends who are making like a website, AI website maker that is not slop. Yeah, we'll get into all of this in today's episode. I'm Kabarza.
And I am Sam. And this is a week in AI design and dev.
Nice. Cool. Where do we start?
Let's go Apple. I've got it on my screen now, if I can find my mouse. We'll go. Oh, I'm using a new computer, so I'm hoping I don't have to restart. So let's go entire screen.
Let's see.
Looks like I need to maybe restart.
Should I show?
Yeah, but I've got to restart anyway. So if you bear with me, I should be back in just a second.
We bear with you. Okay, until Sam comes back, anybody has any idea what this is telling? Surprise and shine. As of like recently, they've been like using WebGL effects. This one is a bit more subtle. Are they trying to say they are outshining the sun? Is it about their new chips? Well, it's the new iPhone Fold, but I don't see the iPhone Fold here. Or is it here? I don't know. Maybe it does look like it's shining from the sides. I don't know. So we will have this September event on the 9th. So that's next week. No, that's the Monday after the next Monday, I think. You back?
I'm back, but I've had videos playing in my ear for the last few minutes. So I've been a bit.
Oh, yeah, I can add this to my calendar. So there is this new Apple event I was just telling our audience, and I was trying to see if I can guess or explain what's the meaning behind this effect, because they are always they are a little bit playful with like hiding hidden messages, and maybe this one is outshining the sun. But that's not it. They are more specific about the messaging. iPhone Fold will be there, so we'll have iPhone Fold, and I don't know what else.
Not too
it's a
sure.
Lensic effect, so maybe the Vision Pro gets some updates.
I couldn't work it out from this one, to be honest.
Yeah, Vision Pro because of the Lensic effect.
Maybe.
But it's also Apple Glass in a way, so it's also Apple Camp, maybe.
Well, that's just, I know.
Yeah, it's just...
Well, either way, let's get on with the chips. So basically, they released it. This is just a like a news. What do they call it? Press release.
Yeah, it's a press.
They didn't do any sort of big video form. Well, there is a video. There's one for the Mini, but basically they released the M6 chip in the new iPad Mini and the M5 Ultra in the existing, I guess, I don't know whether you call it the existing Mac Studio. So there's no hardware differences other than the chip. And both of them point very heavily in the direction of AI for sure. And, you were saying just before the show that people are kind of sleeping on the fact that AI is kind of, Apple is kind of stepping on the toes of or winning, I guess, the AI. What did you say before?
I said it's coming for the. So I said people are focusing on the hardware becoming more expensive, and we all know it's because of AI.
Sure.
But Apple is revenging and actually going to go after their piece of cake, their piece of pie, you would say, to take a piece of their pie by basically selling you hardware on which you can run your own AI for essentially the same price, monthly paid, even like you could say less in a way, to run the model all for yourself 24/7 without limitation. And this to me is I mean, we saw this coming, but it wasn't as confirmed as now. Like right now, it looks more confirmed than ever that Apple might be actually the winner of this whole AI race without having an AI model. They are just going to provide you with the hardware that you need to run these models. And these hardware, can you tell us about it? Because they look damn impressive at 2 nanometers.
Yeah, so the M6 is the first 2 nanometer chip. That means obviously they can fit more transistors and things like that on the die, and it means I think they've squeezed out another couple of cores. So it features a large 12-core CPU, so single core speeds will be increased, whereas before on the M4 they've only got 10 CPU cores. So single core performance will be very, very good. And a 12-core GPU. I don't know why is my mouse kind of just going crazy right now? Sorry. 12-core GPU with neural accelerators. So this is the interesting one as well. That's obviously used for AI and whatever. And a 16-core it's the neural engine that's used for AI. And up to 170 gigabytes of unified memory bandwidth. We'll get into that when it comes into the Ultra. But this is, I mean, maybe I'll sort out like a comparison, but this is starting here. And in fact, let's even go. Oh, we'll get it up in a bit. We'll show you what it used to be, the sort of base bandwidth. And this is the speed at which data is transferred between the chips, basically. So that's really, really cool. And the downside of it being that the Mac Mini, which was once a really good deal, starting at I think $599, went up in the recent changes, and now it's gone up again. So I think this is now starting at $899. So still pretty cool. I still think it's definitely an amazing. It's got a lot of bang for your buck, if you know that phrase. But yeah. So the real sort of showcase here is the M5 Ultra, which goes in the existing Mac Studio hardware. And this is where we going now. It's still in the old, probably 3 nanometer architecture, I think, but it's 36 core CPU and an 80 core GPU. Well, this is the biggest number to me, is the 1.2 terabytes of unified bandwidth, unified memory bandwidth. So again, the speed in which the chips talk to you. I think my M5 Max has about 800 gig, something like that. So it's roughly but double the what I'm existing. This is interesting because Macs are known to have a bit of a slower pre-fill. So as the AI is warming up, this could suggest that it actually takes no time at all to warm up the AI and actually do the prompt processing. So this is very, very exciting. So yeah, really, really cool advancements. And I'm honestly like, do I get? I don't know whether I'd keep it. I'm kind of like the prices are ridiculous. And well, I guess let's just get into the pricing. We've got we're going to have to go into the pre-order here because you can still buy the M5 Max. The M5 Ultra starts at $5,500. You know, so this is mental sort of money. I mean, that starts at, but then you get the complete unbinned one. We're already up to 6.7, well, 6.8 really. And then that's with 96 gig of VRAM. Now, this is a good amount of size. This is a good amount to run sort of most models that are designed to run on local hardware that don't need any quantization. However, this won't run some of the more state-of-the-art ones. We'll get into GLM Flash, we'll get into all of that sort of stuff. It's too little, particularly if you increase the context, if you want a lot of context. So 256 is starting to be very, very, very good, but 512 is a real nice one, but they're shipping that in October, late October. So God knows, that's $4,000 just for 256. So we're probably expecting another. I reckon it will literally be double. I reckon it'll be $8,000 on top of the 6.8 grand we're already on right now. So that's crazy.
And that's just without going with like crazy storage.
Exactly right. I just put 2 terabytes in there because that's, whatever. We're not doing trading. I think that's it pretty much. We're at 11.3 grand, for
pounds.
Yeah, this is pounds. I mean, it would be roughly the same in euros, roughly the same in dollars. So yeah, 16 terabytes, 18 grand.
Yeah, it's so expensive. Yeah, the RAM, I guess, is worth it, but the storage is definitely not. So yeah, and we have the Mac Mini that is also it was so good when it was like really cheap, and I think it was like $599 for students, I believe. But yeah, now it's quite expensive.
So if we go,
it's all because of
Mac
fucking
Mini,
AI.
Yeah. So if we go M6 and then we go where's the Mac Mini? I want to see M4 Mac Mini.
I have the
Mac Mini M4.
comparison.
Here we go. No, I got it here. It's fine. So if we look at the bandwidth we're looking at, so that's 170. That's what we spoke about. It's 120. So it's an increase. It's not like miles and miles away. It's 120 gig versus 170 as a base sort of bandwidth. We'll take it. But there you got the 12 core above increase from a 10 core, 4 performance cores, whereas they've got 4 performance cores with an extra 2 super cores, which I think you could only get on the Pro. I think the super cores could only come with Pro. See, the M5 Pro is still probably better. 307. It's roughly double that. We don't get I'm looking there. We don't get efficiency cores with the Pro chip.
I don't know if we need efficiency cores in a Mac Mini.
Exactly. Yeah. 20 core GPU though. So yeah, the M5 Pro still slaps, to be fair. But again, do we see the price here as well? $899 versus $1,699. So that's double the price again. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite an increase, yeah.
So that's it. That's all I've got for you, boys and girls. That's the new stuff. I don't know whether I should buy the Mac Mini as a just sort of. I want to compare it to the M5 Max. I don't know whether that's of interest to people, but yeah, that's kind of it. Anything from your side to add?
Should we talk about the ad separately? No, let's talk about the ad.
Yeah, go for it.
Have you seen it?
I've not watched. No, I've not watched the ad.
Just check it. You can check it on.
Well, how do we get it on the
YouTube?
Overview?
No, on
What's
YouTube.
What's YouTube?
Just check Mac Mini YouTube. Mac Mini Apple YouTube.
In fact, I can go YouTube Mac.
This one. This got a shit ton of views. It's not a video, actually. It's it is a series of images. And then degenerates on Twitter, as you can expect, they started like feeding that reference to Xfield or whatever like video generation tool and be like, why did Apple make this like in a hard way while you could, just ask AI to
trolling.
Trolling. Like, shut the fuck up. Like you're stealing the work and genuinely the results that I've seen, they were just so bad. They were not even near being like you can see some level of details and like smoothness in the actual physics, because it's all physical, right? They are like mixing these things. So the Apple one is so good, and the AI ones, like, obviously were not. And people were like, what the fuck, like, you're stealing, like, AI stealing this whole thing. And then some people were mad at Apple, saying like they are being like they're making these hardware for AI companies, but in their own marketing they are like, oh, we don't use AI, look, we are using, actual human artists.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well,
you don't have to you buy the Mac for AI. You can buy it and run After Effects, whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah. Trollers. Is that what you call them? Trollers?
Yeah, trolls. But what's cool is that now a big part of the campaign, it feels like to me, and this is in complete contrast to what we talked about last week with that video, a part of what the artist now shares with the community, or like shares with the world, is the behind the scenes. And the behind the scenes is becoming more valuable, because it proves that you have a process, that there is a human behind it, that there is thought, that there is not just a meat proxy handing the Claude prompt to Higgsfield and getting something to output and post, not even reading the prompt, but actually there is a human with a creative process. And I think we talked about this. This is becoming also something we see on faceless YouTube channels, that they are all of a sudden showing their faces to prove that they are not like an AI faceless YouTube channel. They've been faceless because that was just a thing in the past, but now they are kind of forced to, like, real engineering. They made a video on this, and there are so many channels making videos like that. So anyway, if you are an artist, and I feel like we talked about my website, we want to do that as well. We want to, like, in our show reel, we are including behind the scenes that show the software, the screen recording, like the humans behind it, because we don't want to look like just a pretty AI generated like video output. We want to look like people who actually have have threads in their heads, and they can think, and they can reason, and they can actually hold a number in their head. That you tell AI, like, you know that joke, right? You tell AI, I'm thinking of a word, try to guess it. Or like, you can also do it the other way, and they play that game with you, but there is no holding of a concept in the head when it comes to AI, which is fascinating. Like, I can tell you, think of a color, and I'll try to guess it. Purple. No.
That was too quick for me to process. Yeah, I'm not very good at social situations anymore. So whenever someone talks to me, my brain just farts.
Too autistic. You're happy with just AI. But like, I can ask you, think of a color in your head, and you hold it in your head. AI cannot do this. So the joke being, like, when you make fun of the AI chatbots, you can say they can't even hold a number in their head.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
subscription.
Yeah, enough of making fun of AI chatbots.
Yeah, they're going to come after you.
They probably, yeah. I will run them on my Mac Mini, and I will give them less cores. I will give them only access to efficiency cores if they behave bad.
Wow. How can one purchase said Mac Mini, or indeed
that's a good point. Yeah, we almost forgot this. The Mac Studio, it's $20K. How can you buy a $20K machine? Well, you don't have to buy it.
You can lease it. Well, how do we see this? Do I need to get it on?
I think it's not. We can't access it from Europe because we are,
Ah, that's why.
not
That's
first-hand
why.
citizens.
Did you have a screenshot?
Yes, I did have it in my. Yeah. Give me a second. That's actually a good point. I almost forgot this. Not almost. I actually did forget.
I did private message you, but you didn't see it.
Yeah, I saw it too late. So this is really cool because now, let me actually try. So this is really cool because now you can actually lease with Apple. This machine cost $1,200, $12,000. That's really expensive. You are not going to pay like $12,000. You can just lease it for $250 a month, which is not like cheap, but it's around the same amount that you would pay for your AI subscription, which is very interesting because with this one, you don't have any token limits, you don't have any like weekly resets, you don't have any of those issues. You can just run it 24/7, given that you get a model good,
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves because may I remind you?
Yeah.
Where am I? This has been running for over 24 hours now. This is a local model on the M5 Max. Like, I mean, that's an extreme case. But theoretically, yes, you could run it on you can run locally your pretty good models locally on your Mac Studio. But it is an interesting direction they've gone in with this because it's almost too coincidental that the prices all went up and then there's this upgrade, and I think they had the upgrade system on an iPhone. I think you could always get the latest iPhone on subscription. This is a very specific reason why I'm using that word. But this means that they get predictable recurring revenue for roughly the same amount of time as people start to get tired of their machines. Now, to justify the purchase of my Mac Studio, I worked out that I've been paying £50 a month renting my M1 Pro. Basically, I had it for 4 or 5 years. I paid X amount of money, 2.5K for it. Divide that by however many months that is. Do you know what I mean? So I justified the cost. And that helped me. So, and it was roughly about 4 years. So like it sort of works out. I think it's a good price. It's a sensible price. 36 months. What's that? Is that 3 years or 4 years? I think it's 4 years.
That's 3 years.
3 years, is it? And then you get to buy it outright.
You can yes, the remaining money, like the remaining that you owe to Apple, you can pay it and at no extra cost.
I was going to say, is it interest free?
Interest free. So and let's also not forget, you don't buy this only to run a model on. It's a computer. You use it for whatever that you use it. While if you get something, a subscription from Anthropic or whatever, you still need a computer in addition to that, right? We have a question. Which model are you running on your M5?
The one that's taken over 24 hours. This is Qwen 3.8 27B.
There you go.
Yeah, I run many models. I run tons. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I would consider it. I tried to, because before they just try and point you to like Barclays or a bank to basically have. Most of the time they are interest-free payments, but you're tied to the bank. I think this just feels more integrated with with the Apple upgrade. But lo and behold, it seems like it's only an American thing because I can't see it on my I'm pre-ordering my Mac here, and I can't see any
if I
upgrade.
can see it on the German
Unless
shop.
I need to press continue. Let's have a look. 18 grand. No, I don't want a new screen. I don't want anything like that. No.
9 Danke.
Yeah, so 9 Danken. So it's offering me 1,499 or 51 pounds a month for 36 months at 14.9% interest. So it's offering me an interest.
Oh, that's expensive. Yeah,
with interest. So when Apple upgrade will come to the, here we go. Yeah, see there. Although yours doesn't have an interest-free option unless there's something weird going on with the color, because it looks like that. So if you scroll down,
I have to.
No. That's that. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Why can't I?
Because you haven't ordered a screen. Oh no, you're right. Actually, no, you are right. Maybe just click on no, even though it's already selected for the screen. Jesus Christ, they really want you to buy peripherals, don't they?
Since when Apple is becoming so difficult to buy from? Like,
right.
Anyway.
Yeah. So no plan. Anyway, not in Europe, not in the UK, but in the US, you can now lease your hardware, which could be the future of the only way to afford new hardware because it's so cost prohibitive. It's crazy.
But it's a really interesting move from Apple because they are telling you, hey, you are already paying $200 to Anthropic, come pay us the same amount and get a computer for it, which you can at the end of the lease buy outright, which is, I think it is a good deal. So what is it? So if we say $250 times 36 months, that's 9K. So you would owe them about 3K. So after 3 years, you owe them 3K. That 3K, you could figure out a way to pay them. You could lease it from a bank or whatever if you have.
If you're starting up a company after those 3 years, the 3K might have got you off the ground to start your company, and 3K is like a reasonable amount to put down on your computer, right? So
you get another one.
It's undeniable. It's undeniable that subscriptions and these low price things really, like Adobe as an example, instead of having to pay all that money for master collection, it's a low cost entry to help you get your business off the ground. It's undeniable, really.
But what I'm thinking, like, would I actually do this? Because there is a reason you might not want to do it. So I'm already paying more than $250 to AI, like token sellers, to token dealers. I'm paying more than $250 a month. So would I buy this? Even if you give me a local model that is pretty much as good as Fable 5 and also as fast as Fable 5, right? I don't need it to be much more faster, but like roughly the same speed. Would I buy this? I would still hesitate because of the 3 years thing. I'm talking about not directly buying it, but leasing it actually. I'm not sure because of what will happen in 3 years. We don't know. We don't know if in 3 years this M5 Ultra is still good enough for the Fable 6 and 7 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and it can work both ways though, because at the end of the day, like even as a local AI advocate, them saying you can replace your Anthropic subscription with this computer is a bit of a stretch. We're not quite there yet with local AI. However, we don't know what the future holds, right? We don't know what the future holds.
So here we have this M5 36 core 80 core GPU. So let me see which model is that here.
That's the one we put through. That's the one I put through.
But this is not the Ultra, right? Is it the Ultra?
I'm assuming that's the Ultra because it's 80 core.
Oh yeah. This is the 80 core. Okay.
256 is the maximum amount of memory you can have currently in Canada.
So this is what costs like 11,000 here, and this one in Canada. So in Canada, you can also lease it for 24 months for $328 month. $28 a month for 24 months, or the 36 one.
Yeah.
So
again, this might be a good gateway for people to get this. I mean, this is an overpowered machine for most people. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think, no one should really be. Not a lot of people should be buying this machine.
Really. But isn't it crazy that 2 years ago, I could not imagine. I mean, we have a business where freelancers, we have team members we work with. I could not imagine paying $200 a month for one subscription.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
For like one account, one subscription. Yeah. And now it's becoming such a norm that I'm paying like 3 ChatGPT subscriptions, like for my team, but also like for myself, I'm paying the $200 a month Claude, and now I'm seeing like this Apple $250 a month, and I'm like, yeah, I guess what's happening? I feel like we're being like this. It's happening slowly that you are getting fed this like extremely expensive subscriptions.
Yeah, the scary thing to wonder is if tomorrow these subscriptions doubled, would you pay it?
That's so true, because with Claude, oh man, yes, I have to. As a business, I have to, but I will directly like increase my prices when it comes to my clients. I have no other choice.
I would do that, but I would probably lean more heavily on local AI.
To be clear, yes.
And I've said this time and time again, I do local AI as a hobby. It's just fun. It gets my juices going.
Not because you're broke.
Not because I'm broke, not because like of any other reason other than I think it's cool just to have fun with local AI, right?
Yeah.
I would probably lean more heavily on getting some. I'd probably find more I could get done day to day that I chucked to Claude. In actual fact, I could have just probably chucked at my local AI and got it done. Don't get me wrong, there are some small models, some 12B models, some 20B models that actually do get stuff done pretty quickly. Like throwing my meetings in there. Do you know what I mean? Throwing my meeting transcripts.
That's a really good use. There are so many like dumb. You can run all your dev servers with your like there are so many.
You're just paying for electricity, right?
Yeah.
Run server all day if you want.
Run servers all day. How many servers can you run? Like I remember when the cheese grater, the original cheese grater, came with like 1,000 gigabytes of RAM, like 1,000 gig RAM. I remember that on YouTube. What was it? What's his name? The guy who Linus. Linus. He made a video buying that like computer. I think the most like the toppest configuration would cost you $52,000. He didn't buy that one, but he bought the one with the most amount of RAM to figure out how many Chrome tabs you can open. I guess nowadays it's like how many div servers you can open.
Yeah. Well, go on.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Well, I'll do a segue into Ollama. Just a quick one. I thought it was really interesting, more so from like a technical side of things than anything. Ollama have released support to run local models or indeed cloud models, because they support both, using Claude Desktop. Now, I always wondered, how can I use local models with Claude Desktop? I just didn't, I literally could not figure it out because there's no way to really play around with stuff. Granted, I didn't look too deeply into it, but Ollama seems to have figured it out. And it's, as you would expect, a Claude Desktop experience, but using the local models, whatever you've got connected. So you
Oh my
download.
God, this is so good.
So you download Ollama, and if we open Ollama here, and this is really interesting because normally you would get sent through to the chat screen, but they've got this new apps thing here, and you can literally just, I mean, I've got it switched on. Let's switch it off now. It's going to ask to restart Claude. And I can indeed confirm it's restarted Claude. I'm not going to bring it on because it's, you know, I do stuff on it. So I flip this, restart Claude. Here it is, and it brings it back in, and it's almost like a fresh installation of Claude Desktop, and the settings are all specific to this. So it's almost like it's a forked
Is it a
version.
clone or is it? Oh,
this is what I thought. No, it's I can see, you can see Claude up here. It's all, you know, it's all the latest version of Claude and all the rest of it, but like none of my skills are in there. And I don't know whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, because it's almost like you want to pick up on your old tasks or work on your existing projects and things like that. You can't have
them both.
But you can't have them both, no, because I've basically done nothing. So I've got Gemma 31B in the cloud here, and I can just, you know, use the Claude Desktop experience that we all know and love. And this, in theory, could be a local model, but it's not, just because that's the one I've selected. But yeah, I'm using Claude, and it's just interesting.
What happens if you ask, like, what are you?
I think it would be Gemma. What are you?
It knows that it's Gemma. Well, yeah, I guess I suppose, because the environment shouldn't matter, right? So we got a question: will my prompt or data be sent to Anthropic or Ollama?
I could not tell you. I think it's Ollama, but it
Ollama,
you know,
yeah, it's not going to Anthropic.
Well, I don't know whether terms and conditions might say that they are allowed to monitor what's going on here. You'll have to just look at the terms and conditions, but it's a good question.
I see.
My hope that it just isn't. Here we go. You're running Claude through your organization's own inference provider. In this case, it's Ollama. Your conversations are sent there, not to Anthropic, and are governed by your organization's agreement with that provider. So they say one thing, and this is the big problem with tech and what Mark Zuckerberg destroyed for all of us, is that do we trust that?
No.
Do we trust not to Anthropic? I mean, we have to. They're saying this, but if they ever get found out, then they're screwed. What Anthropic doesn't see: your prompts, your Claude, your files, your identity. What Anthropic may receive configured by your organization: crash reports and diagnostics, anonymous usage metrics data. So Ollama might have agreed to any number of these 4 points: diagnostics.
But can you now? So can you use codecs like OpenAI models inside of Claude Code?
It depends. It's a good question. Let me check.
If you not through the API, but through the codecs. I don't know how that would work. Like
codecs.
Using codecs.
Well, they only support Gpt-OSS. They don't support any of the closed source. So again, you know,
what is the best model? The best model you can.
Gpt-OSS is still, like, you look on.
No, I mean with this Ollama solution for Claude Code desktop app, what is the best model that you can use?
Well, I mean, again, the best is debatable, but if you look at intelligence, and we go, GPT-OSS is still ranking.
Okay.
Up the default out of the top 30, it's still there. That's GPT-OSS 128 bill, which is quite surprising given it's an open weights model. So yeah, what you define as the best model, up to you. But it's just interesting. I just don't know. And then if you run local models, like if you choose, so you can download local models through Ollama. You'll have to, I always forget how to do it, but yeah, if you install, I think you type in your terminal Ollama run, I don't know, GPT-OSS, whatever, non-cloud, I don't think any data will be sent to Anthropic because the agreement isn't with your organization because you're running a local model, if that makes sense. I don't know, actually know, because it's technically run through Ollama, so God knows. But yeah, seemingly, I don't know, check out Ollama's terms and conditions.
Ollama has a strict zero
data retention is different from like throwing non-anonymous like crash data and things like that. They don't retain the data, but they might send it places, right? Doesn't stop them sending it, they just don't retain it. So yeah, just double check Ollama. And then to get out of it, you just flip this switch up here, and then you're back to your normal I mean, I'm seeing it off screen here. You're back to your normal Claude Code or Claude desktop. So yeah, interesting from a technical standpoint, sort of implementation. The only issue is, if you are running local models, Ollama have a very limited array of local models that are optimized for Mac. And you'll see that, in fact, I'm gonna have to go back here and share my screen again. If you go to Gemma, is one of the only ones. Gemma 4. You see that it's got MLX next to it. So only some models have that MLX, which is optimized to run on Mac. So that's the last thing I say. Quen 3.8, you're asking in the comments there. Quen 3.8. They support it. They support MLX, and it's the 27B version. So that's pretty cool. Takes up 18 gig. Thing is, they also hide the quantizations. There's no way you could get the 27B version on a Mac without being quantized. That's probably quantized 4-bit for sure. But they don't really tell you what the quantization. Yeah, they don't tell you the quantization amount. But I can tell you that this model could not run 18 gig of RAM without any quantization. So yeah. Anyway, that went on for a bit longer than I'd hoped, but still quite cool. Still quite cool. What we got next? Stealth mode. So, oh no, let's talk about OpenAI Chip. Let's talk about OpenAI Chip.
I haven't seen it, but yeah.
So I saw this tweet from young Sam that said, we made a chip and it is fast. This was 3 days ago, something like that. I was like, hang on, what? This is hilarious, by the way. Get ready for this. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's been refreshed. Oh, it might be a different meme anyway.
Something. It was funny with the Intel one.
Yeah. And then literally, like, well, we'll have a look now. 25th of August.
There was a comment saying, will you open source it because you're OpenAI?
Yeah. So a couple of hours later, they announce Jalapeno, our first custom inference chip that we've been testing and the systems around it. The results show a major advance, more intelligence from every watt and faster responses, delivering both higher throughput and lower latency in a one architecture without sacrificing efficiency. Basically, a GPU designed specifically for AI. Jalapeno.
But why is it called jalapeno? That's hot.
Oh, I don't know. I guess so.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Well, hot is not good for a chip. No,
we want them cool. We want them to cool, don't we? I did have a look to see how much jalapeno.ai was on Namecheap. It was like 70K, so I didn't buy it.
Oh.
Yeah. But this is the stats. I actually have no idea how to infer these stats because up from what we've got no point of reference here. But
yeah,
it's good.
Worse than
it's good.
Apple charts.
Yeah, exactly right. It's just there's no base for comparison. And it will be planned to deploying a Jalapeno on OpenAI's compute infrastructure by the year end. It's the first step in a multi-generation roadmap. Gen 2 is deep in development already, and Gen 3 is taking shape. This is how far ahead these companies actually work.
I don't know. I feel like they are trying to sell so hard that they are getting to this point that they are not showing us the V1. They are talking about V3.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. I don't know. It's yeah, maybe. I want to find the meme that really made me laugh, but I don't know why. Let's find it.
Just scroll.
I know what I'm looking for. It's Jensen basically just being a bit of a miserable toddler.
So Apple is making chips, and now OpenAI is making chips, and
Indeed,
so you can buy their subscription or buy their hardware, I guess.
Well, yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to show this meme, unfortunately, boys and girls, because that's when were these said? Because literally it was at the top. It was at the top. Yeah. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens in the world of OpenAI and what sort of speed they get, because they really just announced their kind of not partnership with Cerebras, but they announced their kind of running on Cerebras and claiming 14x speed, on that architecture. But the only thing I'll say about this is that I think NVIDIA, like, they're good chips and they're the leaders and whatever, but they aren't, as far as I'm aware, if someone wants to correct me in the comments, they're not designed for AI. You can equally just use them for gaming as well, right? Whereas it sounds like these are fine-tuned specifically for AI, which naturally you're going to get better performance. And I think NVIDIA released, when blockchain was a big thing and Bitcoin mining and stuff like that, they released a chip specifically for that, which performed a lot better because it just did that one thing really well. So yeah, I think NVIDIA needs to pull their fingers out and design a chip that's specifically built for AI from the ground up.
It's funny because they stopped making consumer facing chips. Like NVIDIA but they made gaming chips. The 3090 Ti that I have, it's a gaming chip, and now they are essentially, they left that market, and who knows, maybe they will come back. But maybe with a new chip, a new graphic card that you can both game on, and also it can render, it can do the frame interpolation generation on the fly, and also give you some tokens.
Let's see how they respond, because I did not expect OpenAI to be working on a chip. Look out, NVIDIA. OpenAI is coming for you. So let me prepare this. I've performed this in my head, right? So when it comes to the edit, hopefully it will look cool. So a mysterious free reasoning model called Ox Alpha just appeared in OpenRouter and as a stealth mode model. Have you heard about these models that they get tested out? No one knew what it was or whatever. And it was scoring really high. On for comparison, GPT Soul was scoring a 52, Fable was a 65, Ox Alpha 80% on DeepSuite.
Yeah,
benchmarks.
This is like software engineering.
This software engineering. These are closed source benchmarks, and this was raising a few eyebrows. Oh wait, just in, Ox Alpha has just been. We know who it is. It's GLM 5.3 flash.
No way.
No way. So GLM 5.3 flash is what we've previously been referred to as Ox Alpha, and it's a doozy. Highly competitive price. Flash. The word flash should constantly be ringing in your head, right?
Because it means like the smaller ones.
The smaller ones, exactly. So highly competitive price, million token context window, which is standard. It's what we've come to as standard. A 320 billion parameter mixture of expert model. This means there's 18 billion parameters. MIT, so open source, open weights, and previously Ox Alpha running entirely on Chinese AI chips.
Oh wow!
Now, so 320 by comparison is, I don't want to reveal too much just yet, but what was the previous contender? It was I think it was Kimi K3 actually. I think that was a 500 billion parameter model. This is a small model that's again scoring 80 on those benchmarks, which is just absolutely incredible.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I have been using it. And here's the price actually. It was free, by the way. When it was Ox Alpha, it was a free model. I don't know whether I made that super clear, right? But these are really cheap prices. As a flash model, this is crazy. These are the sorts of benchmarks we're looking at. I think even let me get artificial analysis up. There's the problem with streaming on one screen. I can't like prepare something. But I'll just get it up. Artificial. Let's see in intelligence to see if it's here. There it is there. So it's already doing really, really well. Let's get the deep sweep ones up. 2 seconds. I never know. I never know who does our data curve. That's the one. So if we look at this here, it's a bit of a mess. But there's the GLM flash. This is the cost per task. Oh, yeah. So it's all the way down here. This is where you want to be. Cheap. And the intelligence is all the way up here. There's Soul. Yeah. There's Soul there. It's just nipping at the heels of Soul there. Where's Fable? I mean, Fable's all the way over here. But if you look from a intelligence perspective, what's GPT Flash is around there. Can you see where my mouse is?
Yeah.
So not far off of Fable performance, but all the way down here for cost. And I think that's kind of all you need to know. That this is, I would describe this as a DeepSeek moment, another DeepSeek moment where they're getting crazy performance out of
the good DeepSeek or like the DeepSeek moment that we are talking about was DeepSeek 3.
2 maybe 3 actually. I've forgotten. It's whatever. The point is
there on the chart we had DeepSeek 4. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah. DeepSeek 4 is the latest one. So DeepSeek, this moment was they managed to train a very capable model off with like $2 million, which training a model on $2 million was unheard of at the time. It wasn't an amazing model, don't get me wrong, but it was unprecedented at the time. And to do it on Chinese hardware, to do it for that sort of price, it's pretty impressive. Now, Unsloth have already got it as GGUF, which isn't optimized for Mac, but it can run on Mac. And this is what we're looking at here from a size perspective. All the full fat version is looking at about 200 gig. But I can run, you see these ticks because I've put in my M5 Max. I could run the 1-bit version on my M5 Max, but it's still taking up 93 gig. So it's still quite big, but it can run. They can run on it. I'll wait and see if there are some MLX versions. There are some MLX versions coming out, which I'm tempted by, but on top of, I think day 0, they had this ready day 0 to be able to run it. Because if we go here, again, I'm teaching you to suck eggs when it comes to local models here, but these are the weights. You can't do anything with these. You have to convert it or quantize it or do whatever to actually get it working on sort of consumer hardware. So these are the weights that they release. There's not a lot you can do. And if we look at the files here, these are 328 gig, the total size of these are the weights. So yeah, really competitive model. I've been using it to edit videos, which is where you saw my Mac's been running for the last whatever. I'm currently using Qwen 3.8 27B. That's the one locally that I'm running, but I did run it through GLM servers because I have this coding plan. So I just did the task of editing a video through GLM. I mean, did you want to see it? Do we show it? The video that it edited? Oh no, it's on the sorry, it's on the wrong machine. I can't show you.
Yeah,
and it will be glitchy. What I'll do is I'll overlay the video now in the edit, and then you can watch that when we put it on the channel. But coming back to this coding plan, I've got this coding plan here. They've actually deprecated this, these prices here. By the way, this is monthly, this is quarterly, this is yearly. So you obviously save the more you buy. But they've updated the plans here to be credits based. Now, honestly, I don't know how they did this previously. Surely they would, surely they're all credits based. Like I had this one, it's 5 times the usage. Like, did they just abstract the number of tokens you use and it was based on, I'm not too sure. But I think this new plan gives you a clearer picture on how many tokens you're actually using, because your credits, you get 10,000 credits a week on the light plan as an example. 6 times that, you get 60,000 credits. 14 times that, you get, 140,000 credits. So they've updated the plans. I think you can, I'll put my link down below, by the way, if you want to. In fact, let me give you the link because I give you a discount basically if you were using it. I'll put it in the chat. Boom. Yeah, they've updated the plans basically, so get on that. GLM is surprised us, and going back to that flat. Rude. Going back to that flash thing. Are they going to come out of 5. Actually, I think 5.3 is already out. I think 5.3 is already out. But point is, what's their next? What's their next endeavor? What are they going to release next? Because they're doing good. And sorry, last thing to say, it's multimodal. The previous version wasn't multimodal, so this can look at images and actually review the work that it's done. So really, really impressive model from ZAI there. This week's new best model from ZAI.
This week's next. Yeah. Cool.
Relume. Could you do Relume in 15 minutes?
It's our last one. Yeah. Let me grab my links actually, because I restarted my laptop. I'm just opening the links.
Did you disappear then without me even noticing?
No, it's prior to the show.
Prior to the show. Well, while you do that, let me just talk quickly about our old friends, Warmwind. So we had these guys on the show. You want to do this one, don't you? We had these guys on the show really early on, probably about this time last year, and they've just released, like, I think general access or something. I don't even think they were. You said beta earlier. I don't even think they were beta, but this was the first. They were the first example of a AI that has control of an operating system. We hadn't really heard about this when they came on the show, and it seemed really, really interesting. And they released a really nice video where it's all one take, and they sort of do the same thing here, where he's walking through the forest, all this sort of stuff. And I got an email saying that I'm invited to use it because now it's available. I think now it's beta. Really nice video. I like their whole vibe, to be honest. He goes on to explain that if they were to use traditional methods of just sending screenshots of the user interface, so basically, let me just put some face to the name. This is their operating system, which runs Windows of your app. Now, this could be a web app, but it also could be Adobe Premiere or something like this, right? It runs these apps inside of a window, and it can navigate between them and this and that and the other. If they were to send these screenshots off to just an AI, it would cost a lot of money, crazy amounts of money. So they've had to develop their own way to do this. Now, I've not watched this video, but they've literally just released this architecture video, and I look forward to watching that. But he admits right at the beginning they are looking to hire. So this is what do they call it? Bait, I guess you'd call it. They want developers to watch this and get in contact with them because they want to work with Warmwind. So it does look like it might be doing something a bit different. My only thing, and look at this shot. He walks, and the big reveal to this is crazy. So where is it? It's here. So he's walking and walking and walking. And then the camera pans around, and then it reveals that fucking amazing shot. It looks fake. I'm not sure where they're from. Maybe Norway or something. I don't know. But that's crazy. So I'm a big fan. However, are they just a bit too late to the pie? Are people quite happy with Hermes, Claude computer use, Codex computer use, and all the rest of it? Either way, I'd be interested to know, and I look forward to reporting maybe about what they've done differently, of how they've achieved what they said is very, very difficult to achieve using traditional methods. But either way, that's all I'll say about that. Cool. Go for it.
Let's go. We got a huge news here. Relume just announced Relume Publish. It's additional to the Relume that you already probably know. I mean, it's used by 1 million plus freelancers and agencies and designers. You can now not just start building your website, not just plan it. You can actually design and publish it, like publish it on your own domain with analytics and everything. I mean, look at their new lovely website. We'll look at this later maybe, but let's just dive into the tool, like what it can do. This is like Relume design and publish. You can design and you can publish. But actually, let's take a step back and let's see, how did we get here? So we go to our dashboard. When you go to the Relume, by the way, it was .io. Now it's .ai. So they bought Relume AI. they got ahead of Webflow in many ways. Webflow has the Webflow Conf next week, which I will be, by the way, in Munich watching it with the community. So Relume had the library, and then the library, you could export it. And now you have these as like separate tools. So you have Relume Publish, and with Relume Publish, you can create a new website. And I've done already so let's just go through what I've done step by step. So the first step is the brief, and you do the brief with an agent. And I'm going to, can I see my old chat? Yeah, that's my old chat. So this is my chat. I said, create a creative website for a matcha brand called Matcha Angels. The reason for that is because I did this for a Relume campaign. I did it with Relume components, but not with the Relume design. Now I wanted to do it with the Relume design and test it. It gives you a brief. So I actually went through the brief. I didn't read all of it, but I did some of it, and I added some adjustments. I said it's a Renaissance look for Gen Z. And then what's cool, you have this brief that's going to stay. So this is really nice because you also don't lose it. If you do this on a folder, with an instance of Claude, you always like end up making plans that you lose later on, especially later on. Maybe you don't lose it now, but in 3 months from now, you won't even remember it. With Relume, what I really like is that you have the brand. This is the brand brief in a way. You have it here. Even the voice and identity, you have it here. You can edit all of this, or you can actually skip the brief, the sitemap, wireframe, everything. You can skip it all. I'll show you that as well, and go straight to design. But in this one, we're not going to skip it. So you get a sitemap. You can obviously, just like how it was before, you can edit it. You can swap components and whatnot. You have all the options here. You can do it yourself, or you can just tell the AI agent to do it for you. So in this case, I actually, so this is the agent talking to itself. Actually, it wasn't my chat. So this is mine. I said add relevant sections to the other pages. So it did already create these pages, but it didn't add the sections to them. So they were empty pages. So I said add the relevant sections, and it did. Next step, we go to wireframe. And this is also, as you probably know, Relume, you have these wireframes that you can directly change or ask your AI to change. And here, this is a good stage to actually not see the design, to not think of the design, to think of what matters. We talked about this earlier in the show like 3 times already. The copywriting is what sells. The copy is what connects with people. And I feel like so many websites are missing this completely. So here in this stage, you get the right amount of the right elements, and it has a pro and con, to be honest. Like, you are limited to a set of components, but on the other hand, these are designed by humans, and you get the right elements, you get the right architecture, you get the right hierarchy. Anyway, so you get this to do what? To focus on your to focus on your copywriting, and you can also change the layout to a certain point. We'll get into this a bit more. Then you get to design. And in design, obviously the agent designs this for you, but you can go ahead and ask the agent to do stuff. And I haven't been testing this for long. I haven't. So this is pretty new to me as well. So I don't know everything that it can do or can't, and it's still in beta. So the last comment, the last thing I told the agent to do, I said animate this. I took this heading and I said animate this with GSAP. It said I can't add a GSAP animation to the heading from here. The builder doesn't expose a way to attach custom GSAP scripts. Yeah, so it can't do that yet, I guess. That's a bummer, but this is kind of like a simple, I would say, website that you get right out of the bat. But how can I actually exit? I scroll up. That's a feedback. I didn't know how I could exit. Anyway, so you exit the preview, but the whole point here being that you have extremely simple controls. This is like, for a non-technical person, the heaven. You have these agents that are also like, there are different agents. So you have the Relume AI, but you have designer, copywriter, strategy. So you can use different types of agents to do different types of things, or just the general one. You can insert the components that we already know they exist. Like there are 1,000+ components. You have the site. This is what I really like, that you get a visual, representation of, like, you see your site visually. You can like go to the page settings and adjust your the slug, the title, the description, and so on. You have the library of like the images, and you have the styling, which is also not, we already had this in Relume design, but now I think it's a bit more cleaned up. So it's a very linear way, calculated way of building websites. And then at the end of it, you can obviously publish this to your own custom domain, which I know the first question would be, does that cost money? Yes. Like, as you bet, it costs money because we're talking about publishing. So you publish that to your custom domain. It costs less than Webflow CMS. So, and it's quite simple, a very simple pricing page, pricing structure. It's just based on views, which I think is, I think it's good and it's fair. It's simple and fair. But we also have the exporting pricing. So if you want to use the components, the MCP, and so on, so you have the Relume MCP, you can give the components to your Claude or whatever other agent to build on top of, you're going to be paying one of these. This should be enough. Anyway, so that's for the export, but the publish is per website, per domain, obviously. But you can start free. And yeah, you also have an AI usage. So if you're building yourself, you don't have to pay this. You can actually, everything that I showed you, you can build it yourself. Everything, like the sitemap, you don't need an AI. You can just come here and add pages, add section. All of these are defined. It's not like AI is not hallucinating stuff. It's using the structure that Relume already has. Same with wireframing, and even with the design. Like you can literally change the designs and the spacing and so on yourself. So you don't have to use the AI. But if you use the AI, it's a separate cost. What's also interesting, worth to mention, I want to just go through everything, just so you know what you are dealing with. You have site settings. And this one, by the way, is very Framer-like. It's not like exactly Webflow-like. It's a Framer look. By the way, it's a like small thing. I see this icon and I don't think of settings.
What is the icon? It's a bit too small.
It's a setting. It's supposed to be setting, like same way.
Oh, it's supposed to be like a cog. Yeah.
It's a gear, I guess.
Or like one,
no, the one that Webflow has is, to me, a setting. Anyway, so you have the domain, you have redirects. You need to, have the URL. You have CMS coming soon. That's interesting. So I suppose they've been working a lot, like behind the scenes. You have to build all of these. So they have forms, you have custom code, so you can actually add GSAP animations, even though it's not right now. The agent didn't do it. You can just do this through custom code. The indexing stuff, like the sitemap XML, the JSON schema, you have that. You have team members. You can add team members. You have the hosting stuff, and you have the page settings. I find this so nice, this UI. I genuinely find this so good. Like, look at it. You have the site-wide settings and the page settings. Why not? Yeah, like these are extremely relevant. Why not just have them here? You can go through, the SEO settings that you have, like the open graph image, everything, you have it here. I find that quite nice. Then you have analytics. which is something that comes with it. Mind you, like with Webflow, you have to pay this extra. I'm not sure, correct me in the comments, but I think with Framer, you also have to pay it extra. I'm not sure. I think maybe Framer does include some level of analytics. Either way, with Relume, it is included. So that's Relume Publish. I want to also show you another site. Where did it go? Actually, I have to go back to the dashboard. I made another one shot. And to be fair, I haven't put like any description, like proper description for any of these, as you saw. And this is just another one for an architecture website. And for this one, I skipped the brief sitemap wireframe, everything. I skipped everything. There's an option I'll show you. You can just go through directly to the design. And some of these you see are less styled, but you can click on it. You can directly ask AI to style or do whatever with it. You can go to the agent. Actually, I like the UI. There are some rough stuff. For example, it scrolls every time I go back to it. But I like that it's so simple. I haven't used the tool, and I notice I'm just navigating it. I'm just navigating. Yeah. I don't feel like lost. So good job on the UX. I don't feel lost at all. All of these are new, but I don't feel lost. Yeah. Anyway. So I do feel lost in Claude design every single damn time, by the way. Like every time. Today, I was literally showing Claude design update to the Webflow community. And I was like, how can I go back? I closed it and I opened it again because it was opening in 3 new windows. It was awful. I'm saying this to say that I can already see people who are doing Relume are coming from a UX background, people who are doing Claude design. I was literally thinking about this, that people who are doing Claude design are telling literally Claude, hey, add new features. They are not saying what features, what for, who for. They're just saying like add new features. And like you can zoom in areas that doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't work. It works halfway. Anyway, so good job on the design, on the UX especially. So let's go back to a few things like what the tool can do. You have obviously these templates as well. And to be fair, again, like very simple ones. But just to show you how it works, you press create website and you can say, make me a site. This is a horrible way to do it, but you can. And you can skip it to the design or actually start from a brief and go step by step and create a brand, create a coherent voice and tone, and not, jump to the design. Anyway, so it's a very linear way of creating marketing websites. It's in beta, and I'm looking forward to seeing like how it evolves. And as it is now, it is, to be fair, lacking quite some features. For example, I want to add an animation. I couldn't. What if I want to add a very custom component? I haven't tested it completely, but I think I'm limited to the components. I can't make a custom component, I think. Maybe then it's not meant for me. But I think even that I should be able to make a custom component. Or what if I want to make a calculator, like a pricing calculator, right? That's something that everybody needs. What if I want to make some more interactions? I need to have that sort of control. So maybe we will have an animator. I don't know. Maybe we'll have an animator.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. Where like it's a bit late to the party, and that so many of these other tools are so far along, and it's a surprise that they
like Lovable,
like Lovable or something like that, and Replit and whatever. But it's a natural progression, because I think they were one of the first that brought out an AI. It wasn't a site builder. It wasn't like a publishing platform. It was literally used AI to develop a sitemap and a series of wireframes, right?
Yeah, this was so successful that Webflow literally, like, actually took this and copied it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even mad at Web. I would actually call them out on something like this, but it's when something is this good, like, you cannot not copy it, right? This is insanely good because it's so easy this is what people forget. Like, with AI, you can go so freaking fast. You can go at the speed of light, but you can hit the wall at speed of light, and you will hit the wall at speed of light, because making so many changes and so many decisions so fast will also be a recipe for making bad decisions and mistakes so fast. And having, for example, when we are talking about any sort of project, actually, an overview is extremely helpful. Developers use VS Code for what? Not just to write the code or read the code or like navigate the code itself, but I've learned this. I've been like learning this. It's a lot of it is about the management of the file and the structure and the components. It's not just the smallest details of every single line of code. It's the overall architecture that matters arguably more. This is the architecture that they can give you. The wireframe is the architecture they can give you. So as you said, I fully agree. It's a starting point, but there are so much missing, and I think they should. I'm pretty sure they will add those. And when looking at something like Lovable, I genuinely feel like it's so easy to get slop from,
because it doesn't
Lovable.
guide you through a process which, if you don't know anything about web design or anything, it doesn't hold your hand in what you need to think about to get a good result. It's just like, tease me, go nuts. Do you know what I mean? Like, do what you want.
How can I see my like pages if I want to see my pages? Here.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
man, I clicked like 5 times. Anyway, yeah.
But I have a question. I don't know whether you can answer it, or don't know whether you understand it better. Like the pricing of Relume Publish, right? You've got $14 for the AI. What were you using to make that website just then?
I am on the pro version. So
you're on. So a normal person would not have got that. They would have had to have
no,
paid
they
the
get it.
$14.
So oh wait, I don't know if they give away free AI. Honestly, I don't know, because so what do you get if you like don't pay Relume anything?
Yeah,
I don't think you get any AI. I'm not sure, honestly. I have other accounts. I should check them.
So trying to separate all the pricing. What happens if you just pay for the next tier up on the page that you're on now, the starter? What do you get? Just export.
So yeah, so you get the export
and MCP.
Yeah.
So you could use your own AI to work through those steps. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. You could. So literally you could pay this and you connect the MCP and you tell your AI to use their components, and you can actually
just their components.
Yeah. Visibly, you can like, not visible. You can like, here like go through the components and visually filter through them based on what you want, and tell your AI to use it, or you tell the AI just to use whatever. That's what you get. So you get like proper components, and they are like React and Figma and whatever. So
you don't get that walkthrough that you got of sitemap, wireframes. You know, you just literally just get access to their components.
Yeah, that's where it gets a little bit tricky. I think you still get some level of that. So we have publish, but we also have export. So you can still get. Let me.
Yeah, well, publish is the new feature, right? Export was always there, right? You start paying for Relume, you get export.
So with export, you get this. I couldn't show the list of projects I'm on. I have on export, but this is Relume export, one of the projects. So you can get this type of. This is where it's like Relume V1 and Relume V2. Publish is Relume V2. So you see sitemap exists in both, and why was one of them costs a different plan and this one costs a different plan? It's ideally like actually these are like two different products in a way.
Yeah, slightly confusing, but
I think I agree. It is confusing, but I think they've done a good job separating. I don't know what I could do better. Like if I talk about Webflow's pricing and the confusions there, I can give you I can give you 50 ideas how I can do it better. With Relume, I don't know how I would do it different. Like they have
you could be on the starter plan, pay that $14 and just go through that process, but you wouldn't be able to export it. You would just be able to go through that process, and then you'd still have to pay for a site plan anyway to actually publish it, right? That's how I'm understanding it. Is like you could be on the starter plan, which is free, or to be able to export it, you have to pay for a plan.
So with the free hosting.
Well, hosting, as soon as you host a website, it'll cost you $12. That's like
so maybe thing. You can. No, I don't think you can. So I think if you don't pay, you don't get also the export features. Like I think on the free account, you get here, but you cannot export them.
Yeah, you just sort of build it within Relume and use it. It's any wonder what's the point in the free plan? Like, what do you actually get out of it?
I can actually, I don't know if you want to, but I could go. I could log in with a free account.
Well, surely it would say on that little breakdown.
I'm already like almost there. I don't know. Like I think I have an account with this one. So this is a free account.
So if you create a project.
So I'm in a free account. I have export, library. I actually have the library access as well. Oh, it tells me upgrade, so I can't use all of them. I think I have a limited amount of components that I can bring to Webflow, for example. So do you want me to use the export or the publish?
I want to know what you can use. Yeah, I want to know everything you can use.
So with publish, it seems like I can use the publish one.
So there must be free AI usage, whereas you can extend it with for $14.
So it's creating the brief. Yeah. So that's the free one, but I'm pretty sure there will be a limit on it. And here I can do one project. I can create one project.
Free project.
Yeah.
And could you export that free project?
No, I can't export it. That I'm pretty sure.
So this is all AI still. So I see what you mean about the V1, V2 thing.
Yeah. So this is the V1, and the new Relume is the Relume Publish.
Yeah.
Let's see how
more interactive, more
how that is going. And we have that, the sitemap, we have the home. Yeah, all of this on a free account and design.
It's not bad.
Yeah, and I would put it's still working, so it's working.
Is there any usage that you can see in settings, or any usage anywhere? AI usage.
Yeah, AI usage. Yeah.
There we go. Hasn't updated yet.
Yeah. You can see it. You can see it also by project. That's pretty clean. I find, oh man, their UX is really good.
Well, they
I
bloody
like
well
that.
should be. It's kind of it's their thing, isn't it?
It's their thing. It's their thing. Like you can. I notice, like, I find stuff. Have you tried Amazon Web Services?
Of course.
I mean, yeah. Have you tried to find an invoice?
Well, funny enough, that I literally was training my AI to find the invoices on AWS yesterday, so it can reconcile payments in my accountancy software.
I mean, I know, like, comments coming. I can smell a comment coming. Like, that's way more complex and whatever. But like, it's still not that's not the point. Like, you can have something really complex, but with good UX.
It's crazy.
Anyway,
cool. All right.
So,
well, that's all we've got time for, right?
Yeah. Relume.AI, Relume Publish. Go give it a try. I would say build a prototype for a lead. Maybe you'll land a client, and it should take you 10 minutes to build a prototype for a potential client and send it to them.
Nice. Cool. All right, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. All of the videos will be released in short next week on the channel, on the YouTube channel. So go give that a subscribe and a like, as always. Cheers for tuning in. I've been Sam.
I've been Kabarza.
Keep on vibing, baby.
Stay token maxing and don't be a meat proxy.
That's one hell of a sign off, mate. I'll kudos.